Ahoy, it's Og here and welcome back to another episode of Alchemy Factory at Broadside Gaming. Today's goal is to try and create transformation potions. I've been beating around the bush, I've been preparing my infrastructure, everything is kind of ready for it. This thing is making steel now. I'm not quite sure I wanted steel, apart from the fact we turn a glorious profit on the steel gears. And we probably need them. As you can see, look, people are giving me loads of money. There's money coming in. I like it. So anyway, transformation potions. So I've made a plan. I've got a cunning plan. I've got like a spreadsheet here off to the side. Well, it's not a spreadsheet. It's more like a plan of production and outputs and stuff. So we'll just talk through each part of it. So basically, first thing we do is we need to make soap. So in order to make soap, we need plant ash. So we are going to create a plant ash creation machine. So it's going to go here and it's going to follow our standard design for doing this stuff now, which everyone's probably quite familiar if you've been watching the channel by now. We're going to do this, and if anyone's got a better way of doing this, then you know, I'm curious to see, because I mean, I'm sure there is a better way of doing it. I'm not saying this is the only way to do it. No, actually, I tell you what, I'm kind of in a new mind about how this actually works now. We're going to come in here and we're just going to feed it in like that. We're not going to elevate it. I like to leave the floor empty. I'm not quite sure why I like to do that, but I kind of like it now. Elevators, I think, are they slower? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know why I've just put a thing on the floor there. That's weird. Right. So, and now we follow the now familiar pathing for this stuff, which is good, I suppose. I'm actually getting a bit of a, one might call it a plan, an idea, a Scooby-Doo. I don't know. I'm out of nails though, which is annoying, but such is life. Right, to the nail factory. I'm sure all my good plans are going to behoove me in the future, you know? That's what I feel. I feel like all my good plans, like laying all the groundwork, is gonna help me with what I'm doing. So he says foolishly. Right, that's that there. Then we get our crucibles. Like that. And more crucibles here. Already know that I've done this bit wrong because I'm an idiot. We're going to put that up on the high spot there. Like so. Actually did it better at the end. And then we're going to get the lift, and it's going to output from here and input from there. Comes out here, goes around to there. Comes around to there. Put the grinders in. Right, so we're going to get plant ash out of this bad boy. And so the input into this particular thing is going to be sage. So we're going to put sage into this machine, this contraption. And we're going to pipe it in. Also, we're not going to put it on ground level. I find having the ground level available for doing stuff incredibly useful. We can always go under. See? I've already found it useful because that's where the sage is going to be coming in. Coming in. Sage is going to be coming in probably. Is sage. So this is going to be on the outside. So this is going to be like, there's going to be another table here, another table here, another table here. So basically it's going to be a 3x3 arrangement. And so I want my plants coming in from over here. here, and then up here. So plants are going to be coming in here from, like, you know, say for example this sage line here, which I will rig up in a second. They're coming in here, going up here, getting burned. Right, let's put the final bits in. That. And then they'll be coming out. Coming out the other side. Like so. We can fix that a bit later on. So that's that there. That's it. Wood goes in here. And also wood goes in here. So put that there. Wood comes out there. Goes in there. I swear I design these things differently every time. I think that's probably the point. Right. Next thing. We need to put wood. Now, because this design, right, this whole design, basically to make soap, oh, no, we're going to need gloom spores and yeast powder. Oh, no, gloom spores. So they basically use gloom fungus. So we're going to have to start snaffling gloom fungus here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use 3 woods here. Leave a little gap there. 1, 2, 3. Right, and then we got to filter the we got to filter the gloom fungus. Okay, right. So what I'm going to do, because I've got space, I'm going to basically do this. And also I've got steel now, so I can do this. Seriously, ran out of planks. You would have seen that coming. Right, planks. Right, got enough planks to be getting on with life. Always the way. Right. Because I've got steel now, I can use steel beams. Right, so steel beams. I find beams actually, I don't know, I think they're quite useful. A beam, and if you hit T, you can get like different sorts of beams. And our different sort of beam will be. Why are you not working? There we go. Like that. And then we can put our wood things up. What are you doing that for? You know what I mean? Gears make a lot of money. Don't look at how much I've spent on rotten logs. Right. Now we're going to use this bit under here, processing the wood, because we need to make sure we only get. We want to make sure the wood goes into here, and the spores, which we're going to start gathering, are going to go somewhere else. They need to go to gloom spores, so they basically have to go. In the design, they'll go. Gloom spores will be used here. This will be more wood. This will be more wood. This is where we make our coke powder. This is where we make our soap. This is where we make our yeast powder. And this is where we make our transformation potions. But not messed up, of course. Everything put straight. But we're not going to do that straight away. Like all things, we have to just improvise as we go. Right. So, right, we're going to rotate this. Get on the top here. Right. So 3 lots of wood. And then we need to, so we want, right. First things first, we need the, we get the wood out of here and we're going to pipe it round to the back here. So we're going to get it like I haven't actually thought how this is going to work, by the way. So. That's going to come out there, and we're going to replicate that again. Right. We're going to have a bunch of wood floating around here. So we need to sort it, really. We need to sort it. How are we going to do this? Right. It always comes out in mixed, so we're going to have a splitter. So if we put the splitter here, and we're going to get shrooms out of this. Each one of these. Right, because these logs won't quite make as much. So we're going to basically, this is going to be a mixed out output. So we're basically going to go, right, we want gloom fungus out of here. Gloom fungus out of here. And gloom fungus out of here. Right, so it'll come out the top. Because the yellow one is the one that always comes out the top. Okay, right, so we want this wood going. No. The wood will come out here, around here. And then we want it to go up into there, and same thing here, except we put it like that. And then we want this one basically split in between here and here. So that'll be basically making up the extra wood. Right, then we've got, so that should, right, and then we got our plant ash coming, so our sage will be coming in from here. Put a little sage input there. Our logs will be coming in, our logs will be coming in from here, and we'll snaffle that. And then we need to just basically get rid of this stuff. So that. Like that. And then we just have a conveyor belt, which is going, oh, like that. So the shrooms will come out of here. Along here. I mean, I could do it another way, couldn't I? Doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. They're going to come out here and they're going to go somewhere from here. The answer. Oh. Oh, well, you're doing that. Like that. Like that. Like that. So, hopefully, we can test this out with like a... I'll tell you what we can do. We'll just do it like that. Right. So, like all good tests, we will go and test it, because obviously this is just an experimental design. Goes in there. We get some more logs. We're getting some cash. We'll get some logs, rotten logs. Right. Now this bit we will probably replicate a few times, because the next thing we need to do we're going to need planks for coke powder. So yeah, plant ash is the only one that really that's all right. Yep, good. So this is good here. Right, it's coming on here, so we're just gonna right for the time being. As you can see, we get shrooms down here, wood is coming out here, and from the other side, oh, we need to burn it first, and we get our, there you go, that's that bit is working. So now we just need to make soap. So we need to get oil from flax. So I'll tell you what, we're going to do a very similar thing we've done here. So, and this will be our flax line. Out of wood. Forget how much wood I need to build this stuff. Like I say, flax line coming in. This is just for the purposes of experimentation. It's obviously not going to be here. Oops. Right. So we know flax is going to come somewhere in the top, and our soap is going to come somewhere in the bottom. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to get oil from flax and combine that with ash to make soap. There you go. Right, so we get a table here, and then I guess the first thing first, we need to make some, so we're going to combine them in the blenders. I think the blenders are the things that make soap, and then we need to send this stuff to the we need to send the stuff we make here. So we're going to be making soap. Yeah, you got it. Right. Nice. So we need to get the ash from over here. So we'll do that by doing this. No. Every time. Come on, Oak. Get your brain together. No. Still confuses me. Right. That goes there. And then And then we're just going to do that. That's a fairly simple concept. Concept. Speaking is hard, yo. Right, and then we get the the extractors. All right, and then we just going to put them, I don't know. Glass. I was running out of things. Fortunately, see, I have a nice factory that makes stuff for me. Slowly, but it does make stuff. Got loads of glass. Right. Right, so our extractors. Nice. And then we are going to extract them here. There. And then we're just going to do some pipage. Pipes. And then we will just link the pipes together. We should just pipes, and then we just need to switch that. Fine, I won't do that anyway. I'll just do it like this. I don't know why it's been all sticky up in the air like that. Whatever. Right, and then we just. Bear in mind, this is going to be like the top row, so we can input like this. Right. That. And we need to just hop over this, and we can just be lazy for this. Because this ain't the way it's going to be. No. I mean, it's not lazy. It's a perfectly legitimate way of moving stuff over. Right. And then we should just end up with slope coming out of that end. As you can see, we're now making soap. And we've also got mushrooms sort of ready. So, next step, gloom spores. So, not gloom spores. Yeah, gloom spores. So we need to combine. Oh no! All right, yeast powder. Okay, so yeast powder. So we need to combine wine and soap powder. So I'm going to have the red currants coming in. I'm just trying to work out the best way to get them in. Okay, we're going to go over the top. I don't know if it's the best way, but it's a way. And then we're going to have them, and then we can just replicate like this design. Yep. And then we need to just flip that around. Comes out here. And then we just need to combine and soap powder. So we're going to get yeast powder. What the hell do you make yeast powder in? I don't know. The yeast powder. Crafted a blender. Oh, it's one of these things. So we can literally do a very similar design to that which we have done here. It'll just have one less of these things, but that's fine. Actually, no, we can bring it in from that way. Look at that. It's fine. All right. Or, of course, we could just elevate it by one. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. All right. So, blenders. There we go. And then extractors. All right. And then we don't have an extractor there. And we have an elevator. And then that. And then I'm not that worried about how we do this, actually, to be honest. I mean, if we're being particularly pedantic, we could just flip it around like that. Do it like that. And then we just need to get the mushrooms. Oh no, wine and soap powder. So we just need to get the soap powder. This soap powder into here. It shouldn't be a problem because we can just do this. We can reverse it. Brilliant. Small problem. Forgetting that it needs to be powder. Like all good things, we can work out a way around that. I think we can probably what can we do? So we just need to Go away. We just need to work out a way to grind it up. Which shouldn't be beyond the realms of possibility. Right. No, that's okay. Soap powder. Right. Oh yeah, okay, right. We'll go for a plan B then. Right, you know I was talking about doing something else. I like my other plan. Well, I'm going to raise it all up. We're just going to have a secret underground level. Well, it's not going to be really underground. It's just going to be under here. Right. Right, we haven't got the red currency yet. That's fine. Right, so we're going to... Yeah, I reckon this does it. Right. We're going to grab you. Now, we're sort of like getting into the realms of more episode, but that's fine. All right. And then we put the grinders in here. We link that there. Right. And then we're going to set the recipe to be yeast powder. And we're going to be like copy, paste, 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 paste. Right. Nice. And then bear in mind that this yeast powder is going to go sort of back this way into the gloom spore, where we can blow in gloom fungus and yeast powder. So we're basically going to just do that. And then on the top here, we're going to build these platforms. Actually, truth be told, I've never tried the other platform. We got these things. Little stands. Ooh, you can put holes in them. Not sure why you'd do that. I'm sure there'll be a function later on. Right, give ourselves more space. I can see under there. And then that even answers the question of how do we get this sorted. So we do it that way. Brilliant. And that comes up there. And then seeing where this is going. And then we just get the pipage. Ooh. And we just drop the pipes down. Ooh. No. And pipes of madness. And that should extract all that stuff. Soap in there. We haven't got any plant ash because we haven't got any wood going into this thing. That's fine. We can just stuff some, I don't know, coal in there. Right. We can see under there, and we can deviate however we want to there. And then we just need to get red currants in here. I will go and get the purpose of experimentation. We've got red currants. Are we making red currants? Oh, we aren't. I'll tell you what. I'll have to do that like next time on Broadside Gaming. I haven't got any red currants. But we can just look. And just I feel like you know what? I'm going to leave it as a bit of a cliffhanger. Right, yeah, I'm going to leave it as a cliffhanger. So I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed the episode. If you have, it'll be absolutely fantastic if you could like, subscribe, or ring the bell. I've got to stop saying ring the sodding bell. Just like and subscribe. That'll do. You don't have to ring any bells. That's all right. You're not kittens. You haven't got bells attached to you. So, yeah. Do all that great stuff. It really does help out the channel. It's most appreciated. And I will see you for the next one where we will hopefully get all this schism working together. So until then, Yoha.